Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speech 101. I am going to be your instructor this semester. My name is Bill Lucio. You can call me Mr. Lucio. You can call me Professor Lucio. You can call me Bill. Whatever you like, that's fine with me. In this opening video, I kind of wanted to give you a little history about where public speaking has come from, and then introduce you to notions about the class. Things that you can expect to see throughout the semester, some assignments that you might want to look out for, and ways in which you can kind of navigate the requirements and expectations in this course. First of all, public speaking is a required class in the state of Illinois, meaning that if you were to go to college anywhere beyond Harper, it is required in order to graduate. It's required here, it's required at the state schools, it's required in private schools. You cannot graduate with a college degree in the state of Illinois without taking public speaking. So congratulations, you are some of the smartest students for taking this class already. I really like to think that public speaking is right up there with algebra as two of the classes on the college campus that nobody wants to take and everybody has to. But public speaking is going to offer you so many benefits in your life. If you think about conversations that you've had in the past with friends or family members or even coworkers at your job who just can't communicate what they feel, what they need, what they desire, what they want, it's really, really frustrating. So throughout this course, you're going to learn how to communicate in entertaining, informating, and persuasive ways to help those casual one-on-one conversations, but also some of those more standard or professional conversations that you'll have or presentations that you'll have to give. So not only will public speaking teach you major life skills like how to read someone's body language or how to figure out important elements that we're experiencing in society, in history, in our nation, globally, in the world, but it's going to help you advance in your career, learning how to talk to people who are different than you or constructing opinions and arguments that might help sway someone over to your side to make a controversial or beneficial decision. And it's also going to teach you, I think, a little bit about organization, time management, teamwork, and supporting one another. This class does require audience participation. While you are taking this course online, you will be expected to perform live in front of an audience of 6 or more in a professional setting. So what I'm doing right now would not work for a class like this. You don't want to be just alone in your room speaking to your computer. You actually would need to be in a professional setting like a classroom, a conference room, something like that, with an audience that is visible on camera or shown at the beginning and at the end. Of 6 or more people that are there. So what you're not allowed to do in this class is pre-record a speech and upload it. You have to be in front of a live audience of 6 or more people in a professional setting outside of the home for the full amount of time that your speech is set. So maybe that's 7 minutes, maybe that's 9 minutes, maybe that's 3 minutes. I will do my best to remind you on every speech assignment of these rules, and if these rules change, that is not a Professor Lucio thing, that is a Harper College, State of Illinois requirement. So if you cannot perform your speech in a professional setting outside of the home with an audience of 6 or more people, this is not the class for you. That is a non-negotiable requirement. And throughout the semester, I will be providing opportunities to help you achieve that goal. I'm putting you into speech groups. There will be instructor-led speech opportunities throughout the semester where you can come and sign up and perform a speech in front of me or in front of other instructors of public speaking or Speech 101. You can reserve library rooms at Harper College where you and your speech group or you and your friends and family can come and watch. I just really want to tell you that you have to perform these speeches live. They have to be performed outside of the home, and you need at least 6 people to watch you in order for that speech to count. Unfortunately, if you cannot gather an audience of 6 or more and perform in a professional setting, that speech will not count. You'll have to receive a 0, and you won't be able to pass the class. This course is required completion, meaning you need to perform all of the speeches when they are due in order to pass the class. So if at the end of the semester you're sitting really pretty with an A and you've done the math and you realize, I don't need to do my persuasion speech, I'll get at least a B, failure to perform every speech, regardless of your academic standing, will result in a failure of the course. So I don't know why people in an online class ghost me after winter or Thanksgiving break or spring break, but I guess sometimes they just think they don't need to finish the work because their grade is all right. But if you don't perform all of the speeches, then you cannot pass the class. So please reach out to me and let me know if you're struggling to find audience members or if you can't reserve a space. At the end of the day, it is your responsibility to gather your own audience and to book a place on campus or in a library or in a convention center where you can perform these speeches. That is not my responsibility, but I will do my best to help see if we can get you a few more audience members or get you on campus at a place and a time that I can watch you. But it is your responsibility to do that, okay? There are a variety of tools that you are going to be using for this course. You don't have a textbook, so anything that you need to read, I will upload for you. But the majority of the work in this class is going to revolve around turning in quizzes or assignments on Blackboard, using your Google Doc for your group to engage in group conversation and submit questions, comments, and concerns to me throughout the semester, and hold your group meetings and post your speeches on a website called GoReact that is free to you. It's embedded as part of your tuition, and it is required for this course. So one of your first assignments for the semester is going to be logging onto and joining our GoReact class, and then learning kind of how to use GoReact, because that's not really something I'm going to teach you, but I will upload a bunch of resources in your GoReact unit to learn how to use that website, upload speeches, comment on other people's speeches, hold group meetings, and those kinds of things all on there. So you'll be working on Blackboard, you'll be working on Google Docs, and you will be working on GoReact as part of this class. I am not going to spend some time right now going over every single assignment that's due this semester, but I will mention a few things. Every week, your new unit will open on Tuesdays, most likely in the afternoon. I will open the next unit every Tuesday, which will tell you what you're responsible for that week. Anything that's posted in a unit will be due by 11:59 p.m. the following Monday. So you'll have from Tuesday to Monday to turn in any assignments, submit any videos, complete any quizzes or exams. So you have the whole week. And while you never have to meet synchronously with me, I will post my video lessons, I will upload the YouTube videos that I want you to watch, or podcasts that I need you to listen to, or PDF chapters or text that I need you to read. Everything will be posted in its own unit. The only thing that you will synchronously be responsible for are 2 elements of the course. And that's 1, performing your speech. You'll need to dedicate a time to do that, gather your audience, secure your room, come to an instructor-led speaking day. So that will be in live, real time, giving your speech in front of a real audience, those kinds of things that you'll use GoReact on your own for. And then the other synchronous element of this class is I'm asking you to hold group meetings with your speech group every week. And that will just be an assignment on GoReact. You'll go in, you'll click into your group. There's groups, I think, like group 1, group 2, group 3. You'll all be assigned in a group. You'll go in there, you'll open the assignment. People will join the group call. And then once everyone's on the group call, you will discuss a set of questions that I will have for you posted in your group tab. You'll have one Google Doc that has all of your group discussion questions in there by week. You don't need to type these discussion questions out. Instead, you will engage in a conversation with your group mates on GoReact through your cameras, navigating these questions. You'll talk about the readings that you had, the lessons that you watched, some of the elements that you learned that week. You might be asked in your group meeting to perform practice sessions. So everyone will perform their speech and you'll give each other feedback on delivery and content and other elements of the speech. And then every group meeting will end with a conversation about whether or not you have any questions for me. And the only thing you'll need to type in your Google Doc with your weekly group meeting is the question for me. And then at the end of the week, I will go in and I will read everyone's questions for me and I will answer them right there in your Google Doc. So everyone in your group will get the answer to your specific question. If you have several questions for me, that's fine. And I will get in there and answer those most likely on Tuesdays when I open up and post your new unit. So you'll get a new unit, you'll hear from me about the unit prior, and then I will do my best to grade everything in a timely fashion to get you set up for the next unit so you know your grade moving forward. Some weeks are going to be easier for me than others, and there is about 60 of you, and all of your speeches are due on the same days at the same time. So just know that if you're waiting until the very last minute to turn in your speech, I'm probably not going to get to you until the very end. So the sooner you get your speech done, the sooner you can get your grade and my feedback back for those speeches. But I kind of grade in the order as they come in. So if you turn it in later, you're going to be waiting a little bit longer for me. So now that you know a little bit about how the class works, you can spend some time looking through Blackboard, clicking on all of the links in the left navigation pane. You have a speech unit tab, you have weekly units tab, you've got the faculty information, announcements for whenever I post an announcement will be up there. You've got a like a little folder dedicated to your group stuff. So spend some time reviewing Blackboard, spend some time reviewing GoReact. You can preview the rubrics and ask me questions about the speeches and stuff like that. So let me know. You'll always be given 1 week to prep your speech, at least, and 1 week to perform and submit your speech. So if we're working on informative speeches, for example, you have 2 weeks of doing nothing but writing and organizing and researching and practicing your informative speech, and then a full week to upload it. Your persuasion speech, you have 3 weeks of prep, so 1 week of evidence, 1 week of writing, 1 week of practice, and then really 1 week of performance. So really you can upload, like you can perform your speech at any time during those prep weeks, as long as they're submitted by the day in which they're due. So you'll always have at least 1 week to prepare and 1 week to post. So really, a huge chunk of this class is going to be working on your own speeches and getting them ready to be performed. So if you have any questions about how the class works, what some of the other assignments might look like, or how you will be submitting things, you can either save that for your question for me for week 1 in your group discussion, or feel free to shoot me an email right away and let me know some of your anxieties or concerns about the class. I'm happy to kind of talk through that with you. I'm willing to meet on Zoom. I'm willing to have a phone call. I'm willing to go to a little WebEx, create a little WebEx. However you want to communicate with me, let me know. Weekends, weekdays, mornings, as long as I'm not in other classes or at the gym or, doing something specific, I'm happy to hop on a call or shoot you a message or respond to an email. You just let me know the time and the place and what modality works best for you. But before you jump into your first lesson this week, which is below this one, I just want to give you some background about where public speaking came from and kind of the lens in which I view what a good speaker is and what they do and kind of how that might be graded throughout the semester. Originally, the practice of giving speeches was known as rhetoric. And while people, even before Aristotle, were performing art of public speaking around the world, it wasn't until we got to ancient Athens, Greek, where rhetoric, or oratory, really took off. The citizens of Athens would meet in a public square called the Agora, where Athenians routinely spoke with great skill on the issues of public policy and their belief that citizenship demands active participation in public affairs. But just going to the Agora wasn't enough. People would stand on the soapbox and perform their speeches, and if they weren't skilled in this craft of public speaking, the things that they were arguing about or trying to inform an audience of really wouldn't land. That's why a lot of Greek rhetoricians like Aristotle and even some Roman figures like Cicero developed what we now consider the five canons of rhetoric. And these five canons are invention, arrangement, style, memory, and delivery. They're going to be the five major categories that will impact your grade on all of your speech assignments. In fact, you'll see similar language embedded into the rubrics while I watch you. But let's break these five canons of rhetoric down, since that's the baseline of the class. When we say invention, what we really mean there is the rhetorical situation that sparks an invention of a topic. So what's going on in the world where we believe an audience needs to know, learn, or fight about this. So the invention really discovers the topical significance and relevance to an audience, while also is focused on the discovery of evidence and argumentation that you'll use to support the claims that you make throughout your speech. The second canon is concerned with arrangement. And what this means is it's developing the right organizational pattern for the appropriate topic. Your arrangement is going to think about things like what you should do in the introduction of your speech and how you might transition from main point 1 to main point 2. What you need to talk about in the conclusion of your speech. So the choices that you're going to make that will help you as a speaker organize your speech and help an audience comprehend the message that you're trying to make. The third canon refers to style, and this is the way the speaker uses their language throughout the speech to express their key ideas. We're talking about articulation. We're talking about pronunciation. We're talking about similes and metaphors and comparative elements, alliteration. So a lot of stuff from English 101 or storytelling, poetry, that kind of stuff. That's what we mean when we say style. So the language and how the language is written and woven throughout the speech. The fourth canon of rhetoric is memory, and this refers to two things. Obviously, practice and preparation enough for the speaker to memorize what they're going to say. And when we talk about memory, we're also focused on how your audience will remember what you're saying. So really, memory and style can be paired up together. If you formulate language that's easy to remember, not only will you have a safer time memorizing your speech, but your audience will remember it more because you're using language choices that they're familiar with. And then the final canon of rhetoric, delivery, refers to the vocal and nonverbal behaviors that you'll engage in throughout your speech. So this refers to things like tone and rate and posture and gestures and eye contact and passion and enthusiasm and emotion and drama and facial expressions and pauses and all of those things. So think about singing, think about acting, think about having a conversation with your best friend about something that you're really excited about, or having a conversation with a colleague when you have to kind of reprimand them or discipline them. All of that goes into delivery. So invention, the spark of the idea, and the gathering of evidence, arrangement, the organizational pattern that you're going to use, and the strategies that you're going to navigate throughout your speech, the style, the way in which your speaker uses language to enhance an overall message, memory, both remembering what you're going to say and getting an audience to remember what you're saying, and delivery, how you're going to actually perform the speech. And that's it. That is your not so brief overview and orientation of the class. I hope you enjoyed my cute little bubbly personality. I will try to teach like this as much as possible. I like to theme every week with different lessons. So your first lesson is going to be themed around Mean Girls. We'll use Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, superheroes, a bunch of kind of pop culture references. I'm obviously very into Taylor Swift, so she might invade the course at some point. But I tried to teach you what you need to do and get you to understand how to use the tools in your tool belt through pop culture and fun. School doesn't have to be boring and long and hard. So hopefully you enjoy the unique take I have on a class like this. And hopefully the speech groups, provide you with opportunities to get to know each other, make some friends, hold each other accountable regarding some of the standards, expectations, and due dates that are embedded throughout the course. And enjoy week 1, and let me know in your group discussion Google Doc what your questions for me for this week are. And I'm not going to do a video like this every week, but I like to do a video like this at the start so you get to see me, you get to learn a little bit about what the class is like. But really from here on out, I'll probably do like a message for the week and send you like a little note rather than a video like this. But if you need more from me, if you need less from me, please let me know, and I am happy to kind of move things around, change the class, and adapt as we see fit. I hope you have a wonderful week back at school, whether you're completely online or in person. Enjoy it. I know that the first couple of weeks of school are difficult, and my office is D107E. It's in the D building. My door is covered in Taylor Swift pictures. So if you do find yourself on campus, I am on my campus Monday through Thursday. So feel free to come say hi, have a coffee, listen to some Taylor Swift, and chat about your public speaking goals. Until then, I will see you when I see you, and enjoy your first week of the semester. Bye.